What would happen to you if you witnessed something paranormal with your own eyes? What would happen if completely inexplicable phenomena occurred in front of you? Surely a paralyzed fear would take over your entire being. A fear so intense that for days, falling asleep would be practically an impossible task to achieve. Those were the symptoms of the people who starred in the videos that you will see today. A terrible insomnia from which you could also suffer if you dare to see the following videos. Do you dare? My name is Leonore Clay, and this is The Darkest Secret. Today we present 7 horror videos that will take your sleep away. Number 7. We begin this video with the strange and disturbing situation that a group of young people captured at dawn when they were camping in the depths of a forest. It was past midnight when those who still hadn't slept began to hear strange noises that were becoming more and more intense, which is why the entire group got up and began to focus their cameras around the camp to see what it was about. They never imagined what they would find in the dark.
We got hearing weird noises in the forest. What the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Suddenly, eyes peek out from behind the tree trunk, indicating the presence of a strange being that the camera of one of the young people barely manages to record. To the naked eye, it is completely imperceptible, but look at it again with color correction and tell me if human eyes can achieve that brightness. That must be some kind of other creature. But if it is, it must be as tall as a man. Now pay attention to its anatomy. Do you agree with me that it seems to have an arm near the bottom of the tree? Do you notice it? What do you think is what the camera captured? Leave it in the comments. Number 6. The footage that follows came into my possession thanks to Sergio, a subscriber who confesses to having been quite restless after seeing a strange image captured on a newsreel. The news was about some soldiers who during the New Year's festivities began shooting their firearms into the air, an action that, by the way, almost cost a baby her life. But for Sergio, the oddest takes place while the subjects are firing shots, because it was at that moment that something completely strange was recorded on video. Pay attention. As you can see, there is something falling from the bushes. Something that evidently the officers did not notice at the time. Our subscriber suggests that it could be a ghost. However, if we look closely, it seems to fall as a result of the shots. Did you observe it? Like the upper part of the torso that seems quite heavy. In fact, when falling through the trees, it moves some branches. Could it be a bird? Although it cannot be ruled out, it also seems to be too big. So what do you think it may be? Comment below. From San Antonio, Texas, Gilbert Garcia, a faithful subscriber to the channel, says in his email that he's quite intrigued due to a disturbing situation that he experienced one night when he was returning home. As usual, he returned from a hard day at work when suddenly, coming from a corner, he realized something that, in his own words, left him quite stunned. For this reason, he quickly took out his cell phone and began to record what you will see next. Watch. Can you explain to me what is creating that shadow? Where does it come from and why does it move like that? Nothing is noticeable under the spotlight. Absolutely nothing is blocking the passage of light. In addition, in order for such a dark shadow to be generated, some solid object must be present between the light source and the pavement. An object that, by the way, should be only a few meters from the ground. Something that clearly does not occur here. So, and I repeat again, what is causing that strange shadow? Tell me what you think. Number 4. In Mexican culture, elves represent those mythological creatures in charge of guarding and protecting the forests. This is why figures of these creatures are always present in the homes of families who live near forests. But what would happen if one of these elves relocated away from a wooded area? Will something out of the ordinary happen? This is the question that Cesar Drink asked himself. The young TikToker acquired one of these dolls, but unlike the others, he took it to his house located in the middle of the city. A place where he later installed a camera in front of the doll to see if it responded in any way to the change of habitat, a test that he thought was going to be another joke on his channel. However, it ended in something that neither he nor his followers can explain. The camera captures the exact moment where the doll, from one moment to the next, seems to come to life. And as you can see, Cesar left it locked in a fairly small plastic box, a place where it still manages to move. However, most shocking of all was that this recording was captured live from his account, so it is highly unlikely that it was tampered with in any way. Could it be that those beliefs are true and that this doll really came to life to return to the forest? After seeing this clip, nothing can be ruled out. Number 3. Although they have already earned a place in the field of terror, it has always been said that urban explorations can be extremely dangerous, not only for encountering inexplicable situations, but also because out there, you can run into any crazy person. Although ignoring these recommendations, the Japanese YouTube channel Clipstore has focused its content precisely on urban explorations of all kinds of places where strange things tend to happen. Things within which one in particular powerfully drew attention. The image you are seeing corresponds to footage that the young man you see on the screen made of an abandoned hotel. He walked through its corridors without encountering anything in particular. In fact, he would see what was exceptional and also disturbing through the screen along with his followers, realizing something that froze everyone's blood. What is it about? Pay attention.
もうちょっとこれ以上はいられないです。帰ります。いられないです。帰ります。いられないです。帰ります。
Did you realize it? In Clipstore, they assure that this footage is completely real, that this young man was alone there at all times, so the presence of that pair of dangling feet to this day is completely inexplicable to them. What do you think of this recording? Is it a joke? Or are we really dealing with a paranormal event? Let me know what you think. Number 2. The following footage comes from Southeast Asia, specifically from the Bera Alam official channel dedicated to traveling to places where it is said unexplained situations and sightings often occur. This time they came to a rural area in Thailand, a banana plantation where locals say a strange creature is present at night. This is why, with camera in hand, one of the channel's members waited until nightfall to verify how real the stories told about this place were. He came here all alone, simply armed with his bravery. This is what his camera caught.
Allah Akbar. Astaghfirullah. Dia bisa terbang loh. Mulai. Astagfirullah.
There were several occasions when he caught the presence of what people describe as a walking corpse, a being similar to a mummy that wanders around, scaring those who are distracted that pass by this area. Unfortunately, I do not have enough information to see if it is a creation or not. However, if that were the case, there is no doubt that the work is practically professional. Could it be real? As I always say, I leave the final judgment in your hands. Number 1. Gonzalo Mendez was the subscriber who was in charge of sending me a strange video that a friend of his captured some time ago with a GoPro camera, and that he wanted to share with us. In his email, he says that his friend spent some time taking care of a neighbor's house while some improvements were being made to it. Every day he visited the place in the company of his dog to make sure everything was going well. However, one day the dog began to behave strangely. It didn't want to be in that house. But the most intriguing thing is that this wicker ball that you see on the screen always appears in places that it wasn't the day before. The boy decided to record, sometimes his friend being present and other times not. There were dozens of recordings, but nothing was ever captured. He was going to give up, thinking that everything had been nothing more than coincidences, until he went to look for the camera that he had left pointing right at the entrance, where the wicker ball was always found. Watch what happened. It is evident how upset the dog became in the presence of that figure that at first crosses in front of that entrance. Some sort of dark shadow and short stature that apparently escapes being detected by the dog. However, that would not be the worst. The worst was recorded in another clip. Let's see if you can see it for yourself. Did you manage to catch it? Gonzalo emphasizes that at that time his friend was alone, accompanied only by his pet. No one else was in that place. What is that? Look at the worried face of the dog. Could all this be just a coincidence? Tell me what you think of both this and the previous recordings, because this video has already come to an end. My name is Leonore Clay, and this was the darkest secret